This is the story of a father who found out to help his injured son is to help everybody else. The story of Matthew Radrick, the executive director of Unite2 Fight Paralysis. Your connection with the Unite2 Fight Paralysis?
Well, my connection is with the executive director, Matthew Radrick, who is a former co-worker from the hospital at Fairview where I work. And Matthew's life changed dramatically after his son was injured. And I, knowing Matthew, I was able to see how devastated he was and how this affected him and his family and his entire life and his entire life's mission.
Jim Ramstad taught me a valuable lesson in public policy, in that when it comes to education or health and human services, specifically disability, it's not a partisan issue. And he would say, keep your egos at the door.
Like the two parties are really not talking to each other about a major issue like that.
So and that's why Minnesota, we have to lead. We have to show that we can lead different than what's happening nationally. When you look at the federal problems that are occurring, it just becomes this partisan bickering. And
we're kind of wired to fix things for our kids. And I think my fix-it neurons pretty much took over half of my brain in that instant, in that moment, because of my son.
For someone he lives this day in, day out, now you're taking this on the road for everybody else.
I'm a father, and as a result, I need to respond. And this is the way I know how to respond.
When somebody have an injury, when somebody's sick, when somebody has some major challenge, like your son, all the attention is on your son.
You raise a very interesting question, a very nuanced question, and there are many layers. So, with my son's brother, I coined a term for him. When he was younger, I would say, well, you have Brad Pitt's brother syndrome. And he would look at me, what do you mean? And I'd say, well, who's Brad Pitt's brother? I don't know. Does he have a brother? I don't even know. Your brother who has the injury is Brad Pitt. He's the famous one. He gets the attention. You've been forgotten.
On my knees, my heart, beg and plead for one purpose.
How does that affect your relationship with your brothers?
It's hard. I think it was hard in the beginning. Like, it was hard. Like, how do we be brothers? How do we have a relationship? But actually more recently, me and my brother Charlie, we've been singing together a lot, making music together. And we've been musicians all our lives. But now I think just, with time, you kind of figure out how to be brothers again.
Oh, baby. Well, I love you, baby. I'm in love with you, yes I am.
Kelsey, this is a tremendous story you have that, and people will talk about how this injury will change your life and change your relationship with, friends and family. But how did it change your relationship with your body? Can you entertain that a little bit for us?
Absolutely, I can. I was super connected to my body before. That was my life, was yoga and dance, and I was just a very free person. I loved that about myself, and there's so many things about movement and about sensation that brought me so much joy that I miss. And I think that when you lose your sensation and you lose your movement, it really just losing your sensation alone just brings this like strange sense of loneliness, because I can't feel when my dog sits in my lap. I can't feel, someone has to touch me up here in order to get my attention, or, if they want to, like, if someone brushes my knee, like, in a loving way, like, I can see that, but I can't feel it, and so it changes the game a little bit of being human.
Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on.
I was intrigued by your journey with Kelsey to do this documentary. And tell us a little bit about, you're a crazy person to do this to begin with.
Absolutely.
And so tell us how crazy that was.
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew from the get-go that it was going to be hard. Even just for an able-bodied person going on a road trip, it's exhausting, it's draining. Waking up day after day, figuring out where you're going to stay, and also plotting your route in addition to taking care of your body. I think that the best thing coming away from this journey is our friendship that we developed.
Just sad, there's hope, there's a silver line. Show me my silver line. Show me my.
This is the story of a man on a mission to find the cure. Matthew Roderick, the executive director of Unite2 Fight Paralysis. I came out that night a better person and a better human.